Okay, so thank you guys for joining us. We are back to school, okay? And I feel like I have been resurrected from the dead. This has been a very trying time. I'm not going to bore you with the details. Those of you on here, most of you already know how cray-cray I have been, reacting to everything. But thankfully, I've just been reminded so much about all these beautiful things that God has given me to help to take care of us. And so some of that we're going to be sharing tonight in our back to school event. I'm excited about this tonight because I'm literally going back to school tomorrow. So perfect timing for teachers at least. I'm going to open us in a prayer and then we can get going. God, thank you so much for this time together. I say every single person will be blessed in this class tonight. Many of us are dealing with this in one way or another, whether we're actually going to school as an employee or college student or young adults, or if we're parents, equipping our kids to go back into school, or grandparents, or even if we just have friends. Nobody in this country, I don't think, is unaware of the challenges. It's a hot topic around right now about going to school and how to go about it. So I just pray you be with all of us in all of this super, super challenge, and know that you're so much bigger than all of this. I pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right. Okay, Marla, you're going first, right?
Yes. And then it's Vahab, Millie, and then Dana.
Yeah. Marlo, do you have your TV on, or I can hear you on the background?
You can. Oh, I have my headphones on, so I didn't know you could hear anything in the background.
Yeah, I hear something. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Zoom picks up everything around you.
Oh.
Really? But
Yes.
even with headphones on. Okay.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's really bizarre. Have headphones on and you can still hear the TV. Okay. All right, so I'm going to talk tonight about immunity. And like I said, I have been really, really struggling. I've been out of school since spring break, March. I'm an ESL teacher in Pearland ISD. And, you know, we all got hit between the eyes with this. Leaving school for spring break, having no idea that that would literally be our last time to see each other and our students. Very, very hard emotionally for those of you who are parents, as well as those of us who are teachers. And I am both. I'm a teacher and a parent with a 9-year-old child, so a very young child. So with all the different things going on, and then now different districts going back in different ways, many people going back online, which would be the preferable choice, in my opinion. The safest choice, but that's a very controversial topic right now that I'm not gonna, we're not getting into a debate, but for me, telling you this so that you can understand why I feel this is so important. As a teacher, in my particular district, we were not given any option as far as whether our children could be in stay-at-home online. Parents were given the option to keep their kids at home or to let their kids go back in person. Pearland is doing a kind of a double option. So that added to my stress because I have been home. We have been super careful. We have, pour all the oils on, do everything. And I was super confident and I was rolling. And then as time went by, I got really, really nervous and scared because my family members were bouncing all over the place. They weren't being careful and they weren't doing nearly the kind of caution that I do on a regular basis. And I felt like, I felt like I knew that my son and myself, especially, that our immune systems were super strong because since we've been doing Young Living for the past 4 years, we really rarely get sick. And my son, before that, was always with the respiratory, always with the sore throat, always with the issues that I was constantly going back and forth to the doctor, to the pharmacy, missing work, nervous in the middle of the night. He's waking up with, the fevers and all these different things. And so it was a godsend for me to discover ways to support our health and to discover that, wow, being sick is not something that you literally have to go through all the time. It's actually something rare if you're taking care of your body and your body has to heal. So knowing all of that, I felt, okay, all this stuff going on, we'll be fine. We're very, healthy in general. But then you start seeing the numbers roll in, and you start hearing the death tolls and all, and it just started taking me into a place where I was just terrified, not so much for myself, but for my parents. And I literally moved in with my parents, and I like shoved supplements down their mouth almost, and was oiling them down. And my parents are in their 80s, and so I was like putting signs on the door. My brothers and their extended families and different people like, put on your mask. If you don't need to come over, don't come over. They're high risk people. I was like the police of my parents' home. And after some time, I left them and I started staying over here more because it was just, small house. It just became too much. I was just too nervous about everything going on there. So then we came back here to Houston, my husband and I, my son, and we started quarantining here. And then suddenly I got sick, and I felt what I felt was like the symptoms of COVID. I had a little bit of fever. I was weak, and I was freaking out, and people I knew were catching it. So then my mind was blown. I was like, I thought I was being careful. I thought I had everything I needed. And now here I am going around quarantining and waiting a whole week to get results. And so thankfully, I got my result. I was negative. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I've heard a lot of things that some of the testing has been false negatives, false positives. I don't know. All I know is how I felt was very strange, and I've never felt that weak, except, even weaker than having the flu. So that freaked me out, and I don't think I came back from that. I don't think I've been myself since then. I started getting really irrational about everything. I wasn't functioning. And as you guys know, I've asked for prayers and I've asked. And so when they made the announcement about schools opening, I couldn't believe it, because I'm like, how do you close a school in March when cases are low? And then now we're opening everything and we're at the very high peak. And Houston they're really off the charts with their cases. So yeah, me, meltdown, freak out, that was totally me. Until just literally a few days ago, I think I really turned the corner and God really helped me. Still not where I want to be, but having to go into work tomorrow and having to debate whether I should have my child online and try to get a caretaker to come in, because my husband and I both work, or having him, taking the risk of him going in. It's been crazy. But today and last night, I started reading about all the products that we are so blessed with. And God reminded me that you have to have faith and you have to use the products that I've given you and use that as a part of your faith. Not to be irrational and run out and take risks, but to trust me. And until I hear his voice say, it's time for you to quit your job, stay home with your child, I'm going to walk in faith in there tomorrow, and I'm going to be using what I call my shield. And so what is the things that I'm going to be really using and focusing on, especially from tomorrow that I have to go back to work? What do I do all the time? Ningxia Red. I never fail. There's a couple of days that our order was short here, and I was like back to freak zone again. I was like, I can't believe that I didn't have that extra box that I thought I had of Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red every single day, super, super high in antioxidants. You only need an ounce a day, but I drink more because it's delicious. The Wolfberry farm in China is a strong puree, very thick, and I take it and I work out with it. And I'm good for hours. It's kind of very filling for me and energizing. But I will never fail, and I'm looking around right now, making sure I have extras of Ningxia Red. It's my absolute favorite. Number 2, I'm going to create a barrier actually around my nose with rose ointment. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with rose ointment. It's not one that we talk a whole lot about among oilers, but it is really amazing. It can actually block harmful particles from entering beyond just wearing my mask. Obviously, I'll be wearing a mask in our school. It's required for us to wear our mask, and children as well. But beyond that, I'm going to have that shield on my nose. The rose ointment, It has rose essential oil, which is the most costly oil, if I'm correct, to this date of Young Living. It has been used throughout the centuries for amazing support. It also has palmarosa oil, which creates a sense of security, and it's also antiviral. It has patchouli oil, coriander, myrrh. Myrrh is an antibacterial and an antiviral oil. Bergamot, very calming. I'm going to need all of that, especially when all the kids start coming in and crowding around. Carrot seed, tea tree, ylang ylang, and geranium are all in rose ointment. So every single day, I'm going to have on rose ointment around my nose. I'm going to be, of course, have my supplements internally that I always use. Another one that I always never fail to use is Immune Pro every night. I kind of double dosed on Tolliver last night accidentally. And he usually has been taking it often, but now that I'm learning more about the fact that it does have melatonin, you can decide for yourself how you feel about melatonin, but melatonin is a very powerful immune stimulant. So for adults, for sure, we would definitely want to have melatonin in our system. But for children, you want to be monitoring and do a minimal amount of that because our bodies at that age are naturally producing melatonin. So we don't want to interrupt what their bodies are trying to do naturally with adding more melatonin. But if you do your research, you decide what you think is best for your child with melatonin. Again, my child is 9 years old, but it's a chewable and it has a yummy flavor of wolfberry, strawberries, raspberries, and several mushrooms and orange oil, zinc, very important, copper and selenium are in Immune Pro. Then I'm also going to have the Thieves chest rub as a part of my shield. That is the new one. And guys, I absolutely love the Thieves chest rub. I have not had a cough or a cold. I had a sore throat a couple of days ago, so it kind of freaked me out again. So we literally went and took all my family to get tested. Thank God today we got the negative results, so we're good to go. But when I had a sore throat, I used the Thieves chest rub for the first time. It is not sticky. It is very cooling, very calming. It makes me think about when my mom would take care of me when I was little with the vapor rub stuff, but this one is natural. And it also, that's my time. It also creates literally a barrier. So every night, every morning, I don't care how it smells amazing to me. You might not be a fan of the menthol smell, but for me, I'm gonna go with it. And if I get complaints, I might get back to you and say, yeah, that wasn't a good one. I might just do that one at night. But clove is one of the main ingredients inside of Thieves chest rub, and clove is one of nature's best antioxidants. Clove, lemon, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus are also in the Thieves chest rub. It doesn't stick to your clothes, so I won't be walking around looking really weird with weird stains all over myself. But I can wear that in my mask for the smell, and I can also wear it on my chest. And of course, all the Thieves products will be a part of my arsenal as well. So that's my shield, that's my immunity, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Yay. Thieves everything, right? Thieves everything.
Thieves everything.
Yeah.
When all else is in a question, grab anything with Thieves on it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, my turn?
Yes, Mahal is up.
Okay. All right. So good evening, guys. I felt like I've been doing Facebook Lives today for forever and Zoom whole day. But anyway, so welcome to our Zoom Monday meetup. Our topic is back to school, and I'm assigned with the brain oils. Okay. So I'm an autism mama, and I'm also a mom of Tristan, who have been to the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington. So I have a very, varied experience on how to support, your brain with using essential oils. So I have this in here. I think this would be cool to play with this today. So think of this, I love visuals. I love teaching with visual stuff. So this is, of course, your skull, and this is your frontal lobe right here. And corresponding to this is also like your frontal lobe in your brain. This is your parietal bone, so under that is your parietal brain. This is your occipital right here, occipital lobe. And then the red are your temporal. So I thought it would be a good visual. If we know the functions of the brain, we would know like where to apply the oils and what oils, you know, to use. All right. So let's talk about the frontal lobe first. The frontal lobe is like your intelligent brain, right? This is the one that's in charge of your planning, your reasoning, and decision-making skills, your focus, and your attention, okay? So if you are not supported in your frontal lobe, you have a child or a teacher or a parent that is have impaired focus or attention, okay? The second part is your parietal lobe, and your parietal lobe is in charge of, it's kind of help us make sense of the things that we touch, okay? So it gives us information on pressure and touch, you know, like how we perceive if it's the surface is smooth or rough or hard or soft. It also gives us a sense of where we are in the environment. So you'll see kids, and this is Axel, you'll see kids that like bump on people, like they have no kind of like a good idea of where they are, their body is in relation to the space or the people around them or the things around them. So these are kiddos or individuals that like sort of bump into things or bump into people a lot. That means that their parietal lobe is, you know, needing some support, okay? And this is involved in like, this is what you want to stimulate or support if you're needing math, spelling, and hand-eye coordination skills, okay? Parietal lobe. And the next one at the back is your occipital lobe. And think of that as your vision, you know, your vision brain. So it helps us make sense of what we see. That's where all of our visual signals are being processed. So if you have trouble or if you need support with your occipital brain, these are the kiddos or individuals that are, you know, they cannot identify colors, they cannot identify or recognize words, and it's hard for them, you know, those kids who cannot figure out the B from the D, you know, those kinds. So, you know, you need to stimulate their occipital part of their brain. And then the next one here is your temporal lobe, the red part right here, kind of around your ear, is your temporal lobe. And temporal lobe, it's, just remember, it's kind of right here in your ear area. So that's your cue. It helps us make sense of what we hear, okay? So this is good for interpreting sounds, language skills, you know, like oral, you know, listening to like books, like audio books, decoding sensory information, and also retention of visual memory. So again, super important. Right here on your temporal lobe, this is also where your hippocampus is. And so your hippocampus is in charge of your memory. So again, very important to stimulate this part right here. So the reason I want you to kind of be familiar with that is because then it gives us an idea on how to apply our brain oils strategically, okay? So what are the brain oils that I'm gonna use? If you have your starter kit, okay? Your top brain oils here would be your LLP. We always think of our LLP as our respiratory oil support and our brain immune support, but it's also great for brain function. So we have lemon, lavender, and peppermint combination. You can actually put equal parts of that in a roll-on to make like a brain oil. Plus, you can add frankincense to it and it would even be better, okay? So for kiddos, you know, they always like something that's like, that they can hear, that they can see. So we have now these roll-ons that has like this crystals or gemstones in it that would be fun for the kiddos. They also have like some roll-ons now, this little tiny roll-ons that comes with a keychain that they can just, you know, like use, not keychain, necklace that they can use as a necklace, and that would be fun for them. There's also like this bracelets, you know, that they can use for school. All right, so what do you do with the roll-ons? Okay, I'm gonna give you what this is our spelling bee secret, okay? We don't compete anymore. Tristan doesn't compete anymore, so I'll just tell you. All right, so you can put 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of lemon, 5 drops of cedar wood, and 5 drops of vetiver. We call this our focus and test taking roll-on, okay? Here's another one that's good. We call this our thinking skills roll-on. 10 drops of eucalyptus radiata, 8 drops of peppermint, 8 drops of rosemary, and 4 drops of grapefruit in a roll-on, okay? Another one, problem solving. We call this problem solving roll-on. 10 drops of cypress, 10 drops of lemon, 5 drops of rosemary, and 5 drops of peppermint. So you put all of those oils, you know, you choose which one you want, or you can make one roll-on for each, and you know, put it in a roll-on and then fill it with, you know, like an almond oil, or if you have olive oil or avocado oil or jojoba oil, coconut oil, you can use that as a carrier as well. And then you will use that as your brain support oil. So here's how we're gonna do it, okay? I learned this technique from a fellow autism mama, and I thought it was brilliant. She said, like, so we know that this, can you see like this has like fissures right here, kind of in between, you know, this parts of your skull. At night, when you're resting, you know, the space in between that actually is wider, because your brain and your whole body is relaxed. Your bone is sort of also relaxed, and there's kind of spaces, a little bit of space in between than normal, than when you are, you know, awake. And so she said, like at bedtime, she would put her brain oils and apply it this way. So she would take, her roll-on, and for example, if she wants to focus on the frontal lobe or the parietal lobe, she would look, and you can Google like image of like your skull or your brain fissure, and you can kind of like roll on it this way. If you want to enhance like listening skills, okay, so remember, this is everything that's what interprets everything that we hear. So listening skills, hearing, you can kind of, you know, like do it right here. And Axel like knows this already. Before he goes to bed, he knows like I would do this here, and then he would turn, because he knows I'm going to put it around, kind of like around his ear area, and then he would kind of tilt his head down because he knows I'm going to put it on his occipital lobe area. So that's very, very intentional and very, very specific as to how you apply your oils. Isn't that the coolest? All right, so you may have heard of Dr. Oliver Wenker, doing like a brain imaging while he is inhaling, just inhaling the oils in the starter kit. And it was super cool because this is what he found out. He found out that when he would inhale peppermint oil, okay? If he would inhale peppermint oil, on his brain, what would light up is the frontal lobe. Okay, remember our thinking brain, our intelligent brain. This is what lights up. And he was so amazed by that. And one thing too, when he inhaled peppermint oil, it lighted up the frontal lobe. It also lighted up all of the left side of his brain. And remember, what our left side of our brain is for language. It's for, you know, analyzing numbers, alphabets. It's our analytical thinking brain, our logic and sequencing brain. Isn't that the coolest? So that just with the peppermint oil, just by inhaling it, that's so amazing. So it lighted up this and this. So that would be good for before going to school, during test taking. You can actually, you know, make some peppermint roll on, and, you know, and have that handy, and they can have access, your kids or you teachers have access to it when you're just feeling kind of sluggish, you know, in your brain. And another thing that he found out is when he inhaled lemon essential oil, it kind of lit up or stimulated, you know, like the temporal part of his brain. Remember, hearing, listening skills. So cool. And memory. So it did that here. And then he said, well, let me smell lemon and peppermint together. It actually was more pronounced. Like it just lit up his whole temporal part of his brain. That was pretty awesome. And then he said, well, how about frankincense, like the calming oils? How can that help, people, or, to help with brain function? So let me tell you kind of like, let me show you what's inside. So right here, when you take off, like, so this is kind of like your brain. Right here, kind of in the middle, is where your limbic system is. And your limbic system is in charge of your emotions. And so he found out that just inhaling lavender and frankincense, peace and calming and stress away, it not only stimulated the limbic system, so like his limbic brain cells are happy, so that means he's emotionally balanced. Not only did it do that, but it also kind of quieted the temporal lobe. So you know how like when you have a child or you who cannot focus or who cannot relax or calm down because you have so much noise, like around you, or you like there's so much going on. So just by inhaling those oils, lavender, frankincense, stress away and peace and calming, it relaxed the temporal lobe of his brain. So he, and then it really kind of made his limbic cells happy. I thought that's the coolest. Just by inhaling the oil, it did all of that. So super duper cool. Last thing that I want to share, he also want to find out what's an oil that in the kit that can like stimulate every part of the brain. Like sometimes you need that, like you're like, I just need something to wake me up fully. And so there were 2 oils in the starter kit that really like lit up everything, in his brain, in the brain imaging. And it was Digize. Yep, Digize, our digestive oil. We didn't know that it can lit up every part of our brain. And Thieves. So we use Thieves for immune support. It's also great for our brain. This is so amazing that when you sniff, Thieves and Digize, that it literally lit up or stimulated every part of his brain. And so his conclusion why that is that if you look at your Digize and if you look at your Thieves oil, those are kind of like the spice oils. You have clove in there and lemon and, all this, the fennel, and your Digize and your Thieves. And so he said that our brain loves that, like our brain loves that spice. And so inhaling that just lit up every part of his brain. So if you need something like that, if you did an experience like that, grab your Digize or grab your Thieves. The Thieves is not only good for immune support, but it would literally like lit up every part of your brain. I thought that is like the coolest thing ever. So there you go. I think that's all I have. I have some like roll-ons here. So the make and take part is just really the roll-ons. I think that's like the most helpful thing that the kids can do. And then I don't know, Marlo, if is this allowed in school where they can do like lava bracelets. They can remember how like just with Dr. Ollie's presentation or experiment, like he just inhaled it. He didn't apply it or anything, he just inhaled it. And it's so powerful how it really changed like the brain waves and how it stimulated his brain cells. And so if your kids or teachers, or parents have access to something like that with a necklace, or we have this diffuser necklaces here that are really cute that you can put, like your brain oil of choice, or, this bracelet here, that way they'll have access just by sniffing. They also have like earrings, lava earrings. And now we have the aroma ring. Those are so good. And if it bothers you, like right here on your nose, I mean, I'm okay with it. And so, but some people are like, I don't, I mean, if Axel can tolerate it, y'all can. You can also put it like right here, on your shirt. I tried that and it fell, so I don't know. But anyway, so those are the options that you have. What other oils are good for your brain other than your the ones that I told you here from the starter kit? Other oils that are not from the starter kit are number one, KidSense Genius. That is a blend that's just like packed full of oils for the brain. You can never go wrong with that. And it's already diluted. So Genius, Common Sense, Clarity, Brain Power, those are probably my top 4 oils. I usually finish one and then rotate with another one and rotate with another one. I don't use just like Genius all year or Brain Power all year. I usually rotate, each one. And thank goodness this past month, Common Sense was a free oil. So I had that. Was that this month or last month? But anyway, no, that was last month. So I had that free. Some other oils are cedarwood, rosemary, and cypress essential oil. That's outside of kit. And our citrus oils are so good for that as well. So that's all I have here for brain. Oh, one thing. These are most for teachers and moms. This has been a famous roll-on that I made, and a lot of people have been asking me for it. So this is my last nerve roll-on, my last nerve. So in a 10 ml roll-on, you put 10 drops of bergamot, 10 drops of lavender, 5 drops of frankincense, and 5 drops of Stress Away. And then fill it up to 3/4 full with your carrier oil, like I love using almond oil. And there you go. That's my last nerve roll-on. We all need it. That's all I have for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to make that one tonight and take you in.
I feel like I've been doing Facebook. All right. Who's next?
Okay, Millie's up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have 2 topics. One's going to be shorter than the other one. First of all, let's talk about relaxation and sleep. 2 things that are very needed for whoever's going to go to work at school and for the students as well. So we have different things that can be used for relaxation and sleep. We have the Stress Away oil blend. We also have the Sleepy Ice, which is already mixed for kids ratios, so moms don't have to come up with the ratios on the blend. It's full of essential oils that promote very good sleep at night. But we also have another one that is called Peace and Calming. These 3 blends are amazing when used during the day or at night. Peace and Calming can calm you down, but it can also give you energy so you can do your job, as you could say, with a peace and calmness that you need to go through the task. So Stress Away, it smells very nice. It's something that you can wear as a perfume and use it as a little pick-me-up in the afternoon whenever you're feeling that the stress is mounting up on your shoulders, and you feel like okay, you need a little boost for the afternoon. Also, we have 2 supplements that I can think of that would be very, very beneficial. One of them is Sleep Essence, which is a caplet that you can consume at night. It's suggested about an hour before you go to sleep, you drink that little caplet, and or 2, depending on your needs. And it's full of essential oils that promote good sleep, and it dissolves not too fast because it's kind of thick. So that's why you have to take it like within an hour. It won't make you groggy in the morning. That's the nice thing about these things. And the second supplement that I can think of is EmuPro. EmuPro is full of nutrients that help your immune system, but it also has a little bit of melatonin in it. So whenever you chew that at night, it can extra kick, because as we age, we stop secreting the melatonin in our brains. All of us are born with melatonin producing glands in our brains, and with time, sometimes they fail us. And if we have been struggling with sleep disorders for a while, more than likely we need the help and we need the melatonin. Single oils, the best recipe that I've read about is the lavender, vetiver, and cedarwood mix. So you mix all these 3 single oils, and you can put them in your diffuser, you can put them in a roller bottle, however you would like to do it. Both ways it will work, because all of those are calming oils. And for stress during the day, something that you already have in your starter kit is the lemon essential oil and the peace and calming and the stress away. So you already have 3 oils if you already have your starter kit with you. Yeah, that's all for the aids that we have for, you know, dealing with stress and having better sleep. Now, let me talk to you about my topic. I love to talk about thieves because I am an anti-toxins kind of girl. I think they have their place and they're not in our everyday life all the time. Right now, one of the biggest issues is how are you going to keep everything clean in the classroom and basically everywhere? Because if you think about it, everything that has contact with human beings may be potentially exposing you to a disease that we're all trying to avoid. So the thing is that there are plenty of commercial cleaners out there that work effectively, but at what cost? Let me read something to you, and you can go ahead and Google that. It's on the nationalgeographic.com. Yeah, nationalgeographic.com. It's look under the coronavirus coverage, in how the heading says wildlife deaths from coronavirus disinfectants use, that the disinfectant use alarms scientists. So a lot of animals are dying because of the overuse of disinfectants. Wow. If you go on the FDA, there's been 115 recalled hand sanitizers only. Only the hand sanitizers, 115 recalled in the past few weeks. Why? Because the chemicals used in those hand sanitizers are being overused. We have the report of four deaths so far because of the overuse to the hand sanitizers. Plus, we have also teachers, parents maybe are stocking up on things that clean surfaces like these. One of the things that are in the back is the warning. It has a warning sign. Why? Because the overuse of chemicals has been proven contradictory to our health. So yeah, once in a while, maybe you can get away with it and not get sick, but do you really want to risk it? Because right now, as it is, we're living in a place where we are exposed, and it's kind of scary and daunting. So what solutions do we have for the things that I mentioned? Well, the first solution, hand sanitizer. We have our very own hand sanitizer approved by the FDA, all plant-based. All plant-based. And I have it here in my keychain. And you just go like that. Get a good amount in there. And then do the same movement you would do as if you were washing your hands. And there you go. You're sanitized. You may not kill everything, but you don't kill everything with regular hand sanitizer, but you also run the risk of killing yourself too. So this is a good option to consider. It has alcohol. So that's another thing that we can think of. The way that these, they say they're not organisms. What we're facing right now, it's, is it an organism, Maha, or is it an entity? What is
a microbe, maybe?
A microbe? Well, whatever it is, Mr. COVID. Okay, I couldn't hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Mr. COVID is protected by a fatty layer, and that's what keeps it alive. So we need to get rid of it. And we need to make suds. That's why we wash our hands vigorously for about 20 to 30 seconds, and we need plenty of water. So in order to keep it at bay, we also need cleaning agents that come from nature. That's what we have here. This is the Thieves Household Cleaner. And all you use are capfuls. This is the measurement that you use to make your bottles. And then you keep making it and keep using it. This is the best buy. And if you want to, you can also mix it with other cleaning agents that are effective up to a point, of course. You have to go check on the dilution ratios and all that. But we have other agents that may help you to like maximize the potency of the plants. For example, alcohols like the Everclear. That's like an ethyl alcohol of 180 proof. That would be awesome to have. If it's 200 proof, it's much better. You also have the rubbing alcohol. That's what I carry in my spray bottle, but I left it at home. I carry a little spray bottle, put it in my pocket, and that's what I use when I go out, and I touch stuff. And I clean my hands with it, and I clean my hands with it too. So you can use that, but Thieves is a very good option to have in your classroom because you can keep making your own bottles and you don't have to worry that the chemicals are going to linger in your classroom and make you sick. Because one of the things that, for example, the one that has been used the most is bleach. And it says in here that whenever everything started, people started disinfecting with, like drones and with anything that would fly over a city and spray the bleach. So it would kill everything in streets, parks, playgrounds. And then because they dumped hundreds of gallons of bleach onto the public, they were sick. Their lungs were affected, the respiratory was affected. So they had to be very careful, and they backed down on the use. And all of this, according to National Geographic, it happened in China, South Korea, France, Spain, and other countries. Plus, they also dumped the remnants in the beach. And that is so bad for the animals. If you Google reports of how fish are getting sick because of all the things that get dumped into the ocean, and then they grow, they get fished out of the sea, and they're put in the market, and then we eat that. So that is making us very sick. Whenever we clean with plant-based, we are also avoiding that because we are not dumping this into, we're not dumping harmful chemicals into the ocean. These are plant-based cleaners. Also, if you want to check more of the hazards of cleaners, just grab whatever you have at home, check the label, and check the ingredients and Google them. But one of the differences is that this one has a precautionary statement, and it also has a phone number that you can call in case you swallow it or in case it makes you sick. This doesn't. That's how safe it is. This doesn't. And go online and check different, what do you call it? Like science projects people have done at home with different things that are sold online that are readily available. They just do the swabs and the comparisons and under the microscope and all that, and they show you the activity, the cleaning activity that this product has, and it is amazing. So I highly recommend it. Also, if you're a teacher, this is awesome to have, because if you're constantly washing your hands, they get super dry. And Thieves foaming hand soap doesn't give you that problem. That doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen with the sanitizer either, because it has a little bit of aloe vera, which is very good for your hands and your skin. So yeah, it is really hard to think, oh, how am I going to handle everything? Well, just prepare yourself that you're going to do extra steps in order to be able to go to work every day. And the sooner that you adapt, the better it'll be for your mental health and for your physical health, because you're going to be prepared. Another thing, this is not a magic shield that will keep us safe from every single bacteria or virus. It's not, but it's not hindering your immune system, because whenever we use products like this one that are full of harmful chemicals, your body is doing this. Everything is coming in and is sorting out. Okay, this goes this way, this goes this way, this, I don't know what it is, I'm gonna leave it, and that's where we get the fat and the cellulite and the fat that goes around the organs, because everything's stored in there just in case, because the body doesn't know what to do with it. So it's so distracted by the chemicals on this that whatever good you put in your body is getting bypassed. It's not being absorbed to its fullest. So whenever you put nature as a part of a cleanser, it's not going to distract your body from doing its job. It's going to pay attention. So if it's paying attention, even if you do get sick, you have the tools to get better, because you're not hindering the natural process of healing. And that is also something that we have to take into account. So I highly recommend these products, the Thieves line, if for any reason, because I just discovered that some people cannot use Thieves because of some of the essential oils that would trigger, what is it called? Epilepsy, which is very, very rare. But still, we still have some other stuff that you can clean with. And there's so many ideas that you can incorporate your own essential oils and make your own mixtures. So it's just a matter of asking us. Ask us, send us a message, ask us, hey, I really want to use this because I don't want to get worse. I just want to get better, stay healthy, stay above my wellness line, and I want to know. You have nothing to miss. Okay, so who's next?
Dana.
Dana. Okay, Dana.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Lost everybody for a minute. Good job, ladies. Y'all are doing awesome. Okay, so my topic tonight is energy support and stamina. So some of the things that the other ladies have talked about already are some that I'm going to talk about as well. But it's really neat that they're so versatile that they can be talked about for more than one topic, like energy, like focus, like immunity. So if you're looking at the starter kit, some of the things that you can use out of the starter kit for energy support and stamina are the Ningxia Red. You'll get a little sachet of Ningxia Red sample. Peppermint oil is also good for energy support, and basically any citrus oil. So lemon comes in your kit and citrus fresh. So those are just 4 in the kit that you could use, but there are so many others. So tonight I'm going to talk about most of the Ningxia line and then a couple of supplements and some oils. So Ningxia Red, the little sachet that'll come in your kit, it's a powerful whole body supplement. So it's not good for just your kidneys or just your liver or to support this. It's a whole body supplement. So like Marlo was talking about earlier, you only have to have an ounce, but you know, you can do 4 ounces. Some people do 2 in the morning, 2 at night. Let me ask you a question. Could you eat in one sitting 100 oranges, 814 blueberries, 22 carrots, 10 pounds of spinach, 59 broccoli florets, 73 strawberries, and 93 apples? That's a lot. But 1 ounce of the Ningxia Red gives you the antioxidant power of all those fruits and vegetables combined. Just 1 ounce. So that's pretty powerful. It's formulated with Ningxia wolfberries from the Ningxia region of China. They're touted for their health benefits, but it's also packed with other superfoods for overall wellness, including plum, cherry, aronia, blueberry, and pomegranate juice extract. As if those juices were not enough, they're going to infuse it with some essential oils as well. So it has vanilla extract, but it has orange, lemon, yuzu, and tangerine essential oils. So y'all remember me telling you that basically any citrus oil is good for energy support? This has orange, lemon, yuzu, and tangerine. Okay, wow. Plus the benefits of the Ningxia wolfberry. So Ningxia Red is known for its benefits, including energy support, normal cellular function, whole body, and normal eye health. And a daily shot of 2 to 4 ounces helps us support overall wellness with all these powerful antioxidants. So some people they just take it in a shot, like in the mornings. That's what I do to get my day started. I'll get me a little, like a shot glass, and fill it. You know, you can do 1 ounce or 2. Some people add oils to theirs. I like to add Red Shot. It is citrus oil, so not only am I getting them in the Ningxia Red, but I'm adding some more. And it's got peppermint in it as well. So I really like the Red Shot. If you've seen me on here tonight sipping out of my cup, I had some Ningxia Punch. So I just mixed a few juices, poured me in some Ningxia, and put me a couple of drops of Red Shot in there, and I sip on that. You can blend it into smoothies, or like the probably gonna butcher this, acai bowls. You know, the acai berries that they make the bowls with the oatmeal and stuff. Put it in that. Another good snack for your kids in the afternoons would be popsicles. You can make Ningxia Red popsicles with it. Lots and lots of uses, lots and lots of benefits. The next one is Ningxia Nitro. Now this one doesn't come in the kit, but it is an awesome product as well. It's great support for your body and your mind. It's great for getting you through afternoon slumps. So, you know, 2, 3 o'clock, you start feeling like you're dragging or whatever. The little bitty shot comes in a tube about this big. You just take you a shot of that, and it's like a little pick-me-up. It's got naturally occurring caffeine in it, and it supports normal energy levels and alertness to help you with a busy day or a tough workout, or just, you know, you've had a busy day and then you're home and you still have things to do. You still have to cook supper. You still have to do homework. You still have to get kids bathed, and you're just tired because you've been at work all day. Take you a little Ningxia Nitro shot, and it'll help get you through your evening. There are 3 components to the Ningxia Nitro. It's got a Nitro juice blend. It's got a lot of different juices like cherry, kiwi, bilberry, blackcurrant, raspberry. It's got the Nitro Energy Blend, which has several different B vitamins in it, green tea extract, ginseng, potassium, and then it has the Nitro Alert Blend, which is vanilla oil, chocolate oil, yerba mate oil, spearmint oil, peppermint oil, nutmeg, black pepper, and wolfberry seed oil. So lots and lots of goodness in that little bitty tube. It really packs a punch. It increases mental fitness, cognitive alertness, and physical acuity. And it can enhance your athletic performance and endurance and boost your energy. The other Ningxia product that is good for healthy energy support is Ningxia Zing. It's a little hydrating splash of oil-infused goodness. It's got the whole fruit puree, the Ningxia puree, wolfberry puree, that the Ningxia Red has, but it's also got sparkling water, pear, and blackberry juice, and then it's with lime essential oil and black pepper essential oil. Has a unique taste, but it's very, very refreshing. With natural flavors and sweetness of white tea extract and added vitamins, it delivers 35 milligrams of naturally occurring caffeine, and for 1 can, it's only 35 calories. So it's a sweet, guilt-free boost of energy for your early morning or a long afternoon, or just anytime you need a little zing. You can add a tube of the Ningxia Nitro into your zing, even better. Okay. So like I was telling you, the citrus oils, they're really good for energy support, and that's because they're chock full of D-limonene. Peppermint is another great one. Those all come in your kit. But there's an oil blend called Energy, or ENRGEE, Energy. It's a fresh and herbaceous scent that's invigorating, and it's like a boost when you need it. You can diffuse it or apply it topically to enjoy a stimulating, spicy pine fragrance. It contains rosemary, juniper, lemongrass, nutmeg, balsam fir, clove, and black pepper. Like Mahal was talking about earlier, some of these oils, like the nutmeg, the clove, the black pepper, they're spicy. And so they stimulate your body, like your metabolism and your energy levels. So those are all good oils too on their own, like nutmeg, black pepper, and clove. You can combine energy with clarity oil that Mahal had spoke about earlier, and that is good to help you get through late night study sessions, or if you're up doing lesson plans after your kids go to bed. College kids, you know, they stay up late and study. And then a couple of supplements that offer healthy energy support are Super B. There are 8 different B vitamins, and this tablet contains all 8 of them. Okay, it's a comprehensive vitamin complex containing all 8 essential energy boosting B vitamins. So it's got B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 12. And they all do something different in your body. It was recently reformulated, so now it features I'm probably going to butcher this too. Origin FA, which is a natural folate source derived from lemon peels, and it has methylcobalamin, which is a more bioavailable source of B12. Combined with nutmeg essential oil and bioavailable chelated minerals such as magnesium, manganese, selenium, and zinc, Super B not only assists in maintaining healthy energy levels, but it also supports mood, cardiovascular, and cognitive function as well. B vitamins are essential to our health and well-being, and each B vitamin performs a unique and separate function in the body. Unfortunately, they are not stored in the body, so they must be replenished each day. So Super B is a good choice. I won't get into what each one does, but a lot of them break down your foods or your carbohydrates and convert them to energy. Some of them are good for cell health and producing red and white blood cells. So B12 or Super B is an awesome product because you get all 8 of those B vitamins there. And then the last one I have to talk about tonight is PowerJize. This is good for teachers, parents who are homeschooling or working and then homeschooling, or trying to help with homework even. It's infused with blue spruce. I cannot talk tonight, guys. I'm sorry. Blue spruce, goldenrod, and cassia, and it's specifically formulated to help individuals of all ages boost stamina and performance. It contains botanicals from all around the world, and it helps to maintain energy levels, strength, and mental and physical vibrancy and vitality when used in addition to physical activity. It's formulated with KSM-66, which is a premium ashwagandha root extract that is touted for its properties to support immunity, mental clarity, concentration, and alertness. So, you know, if you could use the Ningxia Red, a couple of the oils, the citrus oil or peppermint, and then these supplements all together, you're looking at a powerhouse of energy, immunity, cognitive function, and I'm just very, very thankful that God gave Gary Young and the team of scientists that we have this knowledge, and that they listened and developed these products for our benefit. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Marlo?
Awesome. Thank you, Dana. I've always learned something new as many years as I've been in this, involved with this. It amazes me. We have so many layers and so many products that are used for so many purposes. And so I too am super, super blessed. So we just barely, I don't even think we've looked at the iceberg yet because the company is so big and it has so much to offer. You really have to do some research and talk to us if you have more questions. But if you're not a member, please do consider for your own healthy outlook, no matter what it is, get involved and save money, be a wholesale member, and you'll never look back. We all love it so much. So Mahal, do you want to tell us a little bit about what's coming up?
Yes, and just for those who are not yet members, you know, like your starter kit, you can start anywhere from $35, which is our basic kit, or your premium starter kit, which is like $165 with a free diffuser. That's the best value for your money. So if anyone is watching this and you don't have a starter kit or a premium starter kit in your life, you need to get one. No excuses. Every house, every family has to have it. Anyway, for our next one, which is 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing a business presentation. So I think where we're at right now with the pandemic, there's so many people that are really ready to start a business or just looking for ideas. And with Young Living, we have such a great business model and a very gosh, what's the word? A very good compensation plan and something that you just have your starter kit, you know, you become, you know, a business member, you become a CEO of your own company. And you know, it's yours for the taking. And so we're going to give you some ideas on that, and I hope that that presentation would like spark some interest and would cast visions for you to give it a try. So that's for our next one.
Okay, thank you. This has been an amazing event, you guys. Every week it gets better and better. If you are catching the replay, or just please share this with others, because everybody needs the benefit of this. And you don't have to be going to school to benefit from all these topics we're sharing. So thank you guys so much. Any questions, or should we